Class 10th sample question paper of 2021, Mathematics Basic. We are looking at this. So marking scheme also we are taking. This is part B now. All questions are compulsory. So we have internal choices. So I'll tell you wherever it is. Find the coordinates of the point which divides the line segment joining the points these two in the ratio this internally. Now this point can be changed or this number can be changed. The points can be changed. So it can be internally also, externally also. So you have to be prepared for all these, right? Means this is the sample paper. So this kind of questions or this related questions will come. So if we have 2 points which is given here and this is a line and here it is saying that it is divided 3:1. So 3 part and 1 part like this. Now this point is 4 minus 3 and this point is 8 comma 5. So this is multiplied 3 into 8. So we call it as m1 and m2 and this is x1 y1 and this is x2 y2. So the formula, if you remember, m1 has to be multiplied by x2. So m1 x2 and then m1 x2. Now m2 has to be multiplied by x1. So m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2. Always m1 plus m2 will come. This is the x coordinate of this point which is dividing this line 3:1 internally. If it is externally, then you have to subtract. These subtraction sign will be there. So now m1 y2 and same thing as x1. So m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. This formula we are going to use. For external it will be negative. For internal it is positive. So now put the value 3 into 8 plus 1 into 4 divided by 3 plus 1. This is your x point which is 7. And 3 into 5 plus 1 into minus 3 divided by 3 plus 1. And this is your y point which is going to come 3. So 7 comma 3 is the required point of this question. Internally dividing these 2 points. So this is the marking scheme. You have to first write that this is the section formula. So if you can write the section formula, you will get half of the marks. And then the computation is for another part of or say another half of the marking scheme. Now this is internal choice. Find a relationship between x and y such that point xy is equidistant from point 7, 1 and 3, 5. So this is the marking scheme, how you have to solve. And let me tell you the concept. So this all you have to write, right? And this P is the point xy. Take it as xy. Normally we take it as xy. And the point A is given as 7, 1. And point B, take it as 3, 5. Now equidistant means PA is equal to PB. The distance of P from point A is equivalent or equal to the distance of point P from B. So PA equals PB is given. This is given. Now we will use the distance formula. So you have to write the distance formula. You need to properly write the distance formula first. And then after writing this distance formula, you can mention the distance formula also. In question, mathematics question, always we first give given, what is given and what has to be found out and what are the assumptions we have made. So y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square under root. This is the distance formula. You can also write y1 minus y2 whole square plus x1 minus x2 whole square. It doesn't matter. It can be anywhere. Okay. And also one more thing. If you write y1 minus y2 whole square and x1 minus x2 whole square and you can bring x1 minus x2 first and then y1 minus y2 whole square, then also it is true because it is negative sign. Negative sign if it comes in square, it will be positive. So whichever formation you write, you don't have to learn it like that. Oh, it has to be like this only. No. You can write, you just remember you have to subtract the x coordinate, subtract the y coordinate, square it, add it and then make the under root. This is what the basic thing is. Now PA, PB will come in the under root. So what we'll do? This is formula. That is x minus 7 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square. We don't want the under root, so we are squaring both sides. PA square and PB square making it. PA equals PB, now we are squaring it. P square plus PB square. Okay. Now x minus 7 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square equals x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 5 whole square. Now a minus b whole square, you know the formula. Just open with a minus b whole square. When you open this, all the four of these, when you open this, you will see x square gets cancelled with x square, y square gets cancelled with y square, and whatever is remaining, just take it on one side and just solve it. That is, x square cancel, y square cancel. Take the x term, find the value. Take the y term, find the value. Take the constant, find the value. This will be the x minus y equals 2 will be the result. In this figure, if LM is parallel to CB, this LM is parallel to BC or CB, and LN is parallel to CD. LN and CD are parallel. We have to prove that AM by MB is equal to AN by ND. So there are two triangles here. First we'll take triangle ABC, and then we'll take triangle ADC. This is how you have to write. This is a BPT. You know this. We have already seen in our theory discussions. So when we have a triangle and there is a line which is parallel to third side, means one side, it divides the other two sides in equal ratio. So this by this equals this by this. This is how we generally call the BPT, right? So now let us take the triangle, both the triangles separately. So taking the triangle ABC first, or ACB you can call it. So when we take this triangle, this ML is parallel to BC. ML is parallel to BC. Now this AM by MB will be equal to AL by LC. AM by MB equals AL by LC. So just see that AL by LC, this we are going to eliminate. And now coming to triangle ADC or ACD. Now another triangle which is with this common side is AC in both. So in triangle ADC or ACD, we have a line which is parallel to CD. LN is parallel to CD, or NL is parallel to DC. So when we apply this BPT, this AL by LC will be equal to AN by ND. So this is relationship number 2. If I say this is X, this is Y, this is Y, this is Z. If X is equal to Y and Y is equal to Z, that means X will be equal to Z. Okay, by analogy. So AM by MB is also equal to AL by LC, and AN by ND is also equal to AL by LC. That is, AM by MB is equal to AN by ND. So this is equating, and this is how these two will be equal. This is how you have to write. A quadrilateral ABCD is drawn to circumscribe a circle. Prove that AB plus CD equals AD plus BC. Now there is a circle and you have a quadrilateral. Inside this circle, this circle is circumscribed inside this quadrilateral. That is, the circle is touching these four sides. So in order to solve this, one concept is used. The concept is the distance or the length of the tangent from a point, external point, to a circle. These two tangents length will be equal. That means if you have these two lines, this is a tangent, this is a line, these two has to be equal. So let us see here. DR and DS are the tangents. So DR will be equal to DS. So these are tangents. So DR and this is S. So what I am trying to suggest here is DR is equal to DS. So we have four relations of this type will come. You have to write properly. Length of tangent from the external to a circle are equal. So DR equals DS, and with this same discussion, with same logic, CR will be equal to CQ. It doesn't matter if you write RC or CR, it doesn't matter, okay? Then we have AP and AS. You can also write SA and PA, doesn't matter. But these two has to be equal. AP equals AS. Now coming to B, BQ equals BP. BQ equals BP. So now these 4 we have got from the relationship discussed. Now we need AB plus CD. What is AB? AB is AP plus PB. So where is AB? Where is AP? Where is PB? Here. So we'll just change the position. That is, AP and AS are equal. BP I am taking here and BQ I am taking here. Just to add it, just to make the answer. And what about DR? DR is this. What is DR and RC? DR and RC will be equal to DC or CD. CD, DC are equal. Same thing. So DR and RC. So you can just write it here. We don't have to change the positions. It's the same position which we want. So DR and DR equals DS and CR equals or RC equals CQ. Now we'll add the left hand side all the 4 and right hand side all the 4. So these are 4 equations and we are adding the left hand side of these 4 equations and the right hand side of the 4 equations. So DR plus RC, you have to write total DR plus RC and AP plus PB. I'm just suggesting that this DR plus RC and AP plus PB equals DS plus AS. Now you can combine DS and AS. You don't write DS plus CQ. You write DS plus AS. I'm just connecting the dots so that we get the proper answer. Okay. Now this CQ and BQ, BQ will be becoming BC. Now just combine. DR plus RC is what? DC or CD you can write. AP plus PB is what? AB. DS plus AS is AD or DA. AD or DA you can write. CQ plus QB is CB. You can write CB or BC. Now just write in the way they have given. In place of DA you can write AD. CB you can write BC. DC you can write CD. And AB you can write AB. AB will remain same. So the concept is clear to you. Only this CD, DC, it doesn't matter. It is equal. Okay. So the main thing is a point external to the triangle will have equal tangent distance. Draw a line segment of length 7.8 centimeter and divide it into the ratio 5:8. Measure the 2 parts. So this is a construction problem. Now you don't have to worry about all these steps. No, don't have to do in that detail. So the question can be 5:8. It can be 4:9. The line can be 7.8. It can be 8.2. It will not be same in your actual exam. Please remember, it may change. We don't know because this is a sample question of cBSE. So the concept I am telling you, whatever is the length of the line segment, first draw this line, straight line, using your ruler. This is A and this is B. So this is 7.8 centimeter you have to draw. Now make an acute angle. It can be 30 degree, 45 degree. It has to be less than 90 degree. In geometry box, whatever is there with you, just use it. You know what to use where. This is what angle. This has to be an angle between less than 90 degrees. So 30 to 60, any angle between 30 to 60 will do. Now 5:8. 5:8 means there will be 5 plus 8, 13 parts. AB has to be divided into 13 parts. So you have to use these 13 parts on this AX. So these parts, I'm just taking this means pointed of our geometry, pointed and the pencil, and then I'm marking with equal distance. This is A1, A2, A3, A4, and this goes up to A13. So it has to go up to A13. Right? These are 13 parts. Now this 13 part. Now you can join this 13th part with this B. Let us call it as X. So we are joining B and X. So now coming to fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This fifth part, the end of this fifth part, now make the line parallel to this line which is BX. Let me just make it BX. So we are drawing, you know how to draw a line which is parallel to BX, okay? So now what you will do, you will draw a line which is parallel to this BX just let me show you. You have to write it like this. A1 till A13 you have to write. You have to cut also, show the construction to the examiner, and then draw a line which is parallel to this BX. So in this BPT theorem, this when there is a line parallel to one side of a triangle, divides the other two sides in the equal ratio. That is, this part, this 5 is to 8. If this part is 5 is to 8, this part will also be 5 is to 8. Just compute the length or find out the length and write it. That will be a better answer to be provided by you. Now given 15 cot A equals 8, find a sin A and sec A. So 15 cot A equals 1. What? 15 cot A equals 8. What is cot A? Cot A will be 8 by 15. So what will be tan A? Tan A will be 15 by 8. You can also do with cot A, it doesn't matter. Because we always deal with sine, cos and tan. That is why I converted it into tan A. So tan A is perpendicular by base. This is theta, tan A or tan theta you can say. If you take A as the point, you can also call it as tan A. A is the angle. Now this is B, this is C. What is tan A? It will be perpendicular by base. It will be BC by AB. So 15 by 8. So it can be 15x and 8x because it can be 30 by 16 and eventually it will come to 15 by 8. But we never know. It can be 30 by 16 also. That is why we write 15x and 8x in the solution. But you don't have to worry about this. You can just directly write 15 and 8. Now we'll use the Pythagoras theorem, 15 and 8. We know how to find the side of third side. We'll apply the Pythagoras theorem. You have to write like this, by Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem is saying AC square equals AB square plus BC square. AC square is AB square plus BC square. And since this is 8 square, 15 square. And when you take the under root, let me tell you it is 289. Under root of 289 is 17. So this side will come as 17. So now you have all the three sides of a triangle. You can find out sin A also and sec A also. So sin, if you have any problem, just remember Pandit Badri Prasad Har Har Bol. This sin A is what? Perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Sin A. Perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So take the angle A. Take what is perpendicular to it. It's BC. It's BC. 15 by 17. Now sec A. First take cos A. Cos A is base upon hypotenuse. Sec A will be hypotenuse by base. So sec A is hypotenuse which is 17 by base. Base is what? 8. 8. So 17 by 8 will come. Please see here cos A is what they have provided. When cBSE has provided the answer, it's 8 by 17, but we are being asked sec A. This is wrong. No, you have to write sec A. If you write cos A, you won't get marks. You have to write sec A, 17 by 8. Now hold 10p minus cot r. 10p minus cot r. So there is only one trick here, that the angle are changing. So when we take tan p, perpendicular will be QR and base will be PQ. When you take angle R, perpendicular will be PQ and base will be QR. What about cot R? Cot R and tan P. Let us say cot R first. First, let us find out the side. So let us use the Pythagoras theorem. So this will be 5. It will be 13 square minus 12 square. I am doing it directly. So this QR will be 5. I hope you will be able to do it, right? Because PR square equals PQ square plus QR square. So in order to find out QR square, you have to write what? You have to write PR square minus PQ square. By Pythagoras theorem, PR square equals PQ square plus QR square. In order to find out QR square, you have to write PR square minus PQ square. That is 13 square minus 12 square. So the under root of 13 square minus 12 square, which eventually will be coming under root 25, which is going to be 5. So this is 5. Okay. Now we will use tan P and cot R. What is cot R? This is R. Cot R is, cot is, let us find out tan R first. Tan R is perpendicular by base. Perpendicular is 12, base is 5. So tan R is 12 by 5. And what about cot R? If tan R is 12 by 5, cot R will be 5 by 12. 5 by 12, cot R. Okay, now coming to tan P. Now I'm just changing the, you can say, turning this angle. So now P I am writing here, Q is here, and R is here. This is how we look normally. So I am talking about this angle, this P angle. So PQ is what? 12. This PQ is 12. And what is QR? It's 5, and this is 13. So now, according to this triangle, what is your tan P? It is perpendicular by base. P 5 by 12. QR by PQ. So now we have tan P 5 by 12, cot R 5 by 12. Tan P minus cot R 5 by 12 minus 5 by 12. And that is going to be equal to 0. Okay? That's going to be 0. How many terms of the AP 9, 17, 25 must be taken to give a sum of 636? So AP is given and we have to add them and show that what is the number of terms which will give the addition as 636. So you have A as 9 first term. What is the common difference? 17 minus 9 is 8. 25 minus 17 is what? It's 8. So the first term is clearly given as 9 and the common difference is 8. And the sum is 636. So just use the sum formula of this AP. Now this all you have to write, which I told you, spoken. You have to write it. You have to pen down all these. So this Sn will be n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. A is what? 9. D is what? 8. So we have, when we solve this, I'm not solving it, I'm just showing you that this particular result is going to come. 4n square plus 5n minus 636. Now what I'm trying to suggest here is, if you try solving this, it will be very difficult in the examination time. If you don't get it, you'll be wasting your time. So the best thing is to use Sridharacharya formula always. Sridharacharya formula is the best in this case. Right? I'm just telling you, don't waste your time in factorizing it. Sridharacharya formula, just close your eyes and apply it. Minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2. This is A, this is B. A is 4, B is 5 and C is minus 636. Now apply it here. One time you use plus, one time you use negative. When you use positive, you will get 1, minus 106 by 8. Then you take negative, that is plus, you will get 96 by 8. So one time 12, one time minus 53 by 4. N can never be negative. Okay, this is not possible actually. So N is going to be 12 is the answer. Prove that root 3 is an irrational number. So these all questions which are coming, most of the question, around 40% of the question are not from your exercise. They are coming from the solved questions. That is the example being given in your NCERT book. It's basically coming from there. Okay. So whatever is not in the exercise, you have to do those questions also. So we have to prove that root 3 is an irrational number. These type of questions are not solved like this. We have to assume that it is a rational number. Then we'll contradict ourselves. And then we'll say, oh, we were wrong. Root 3 is indeed an irrational number. So we'll always start with root 3 is a rational number. We start with this. That root 3 is a rational number. And then we'll prove it to be irrational by contradicting ourselves. From making ourselves wrong, proving that we were wrong. So when it is rational, what does it mean? Rational means P by Q form. P by Q form. Plus, please remember, P and Q has to be co-prime. That is the highest common factor of PQ has to be only 1. That is P by Q, for example, 13 by 7. This is correct. You can't have 14 by 7. Okay. So you have common, 7 common if you take 14 as 2 into 7. So P by Q is, they have to be co-prime. So when you multiply both sides, cross multiply, root 3 will be what? P by Q, or in any way you have to prove that this 3 is equals to P square by Q square, or whichever way you take. Finally, you have to do what? You have to show that 3 divides p square. What I am saying is q square equals p square by 3. So p square by 3, that is, if p square is divided by 3 or divisible by 3, p is also divisible by 3. If p square is say 9, I am just giving an example. What does it mean? 3 into 3 divided by 3. If that is 3 is dividing 3 also, 3 is dividing 3 also. That is 3 is dividing p also, p is divided by 3. So basically, when p square is divisible by 3, p is also divisible by 3. So when p is divisible by 3, that means 3 is a factor of p. But we started with saying what? We started with saying, oh, it's a coprime. So let us check for q also. So first is it is divisible by 3 is a factor of p. Now taking this p as 3c, take any constant 3c or 3k. Now when you put it here 3c square, what you will get? 9c square. That is 3 square c square by 3. So basically 9 by 3 it was eventually 3 only. So 3q square is 9c square. So what you get, this q square. When you get 3q square by 9, that is q square by 3 equals c square. So again the same concept. Q is also divisible by 3. That is 3 is a factor of q also. Previously 3 is a factor of p we proved. Now we proved that 3 is a factor of q also. So when you have a factor of 3, p also has a factor of 3, q also has a factor of 3. That means the coprime which we assumed was wrong. We started saying it's a rational number which is coprime, but we proved that it is not possible. The 3 is even factor of p and q. So our assumption is failing here, and we can assume that our assumption was wrong. Root 3 is indeed an irrational number. Two tangents TP and TQ are drawn to a circle with center O from an external point T. Prove that angle PTQ equals twice of angle OPQ. So the solution is in front of you. This is exactly how you are going to write. Right? First, whenever we have to prove, we need to write what is to be proved, what are the assumptions we are taking, and then finally formula, and then finally proof. So whichever way you take, it has to be in this way. The marking scheme is like this, as suggested by the cBSE. Okay. Now let us start with one by one. There are two concepts we are going to use. This angle PTQ is theta. That this we start by saying that angle PTQ or QTP is equal to theta. So when you draw a tangent from a point to the circle, these tangents are equal. We have already seen in earlier question also. So PT and TQ are equal. So let me make a triangle first. I am making a triangle PTQ or QTP or TPQ, all are same. So TPQ, and I am saying this TP equals PQ. Why? Because this is an isosceles triangle, two sides are tangent. So when these sides, opposite sides are equal, opposite angle will also be equal. This means this angle and this angle are equal. These two angles are equal. So when these two angles are equal, let us say it to be x. Just assume it to be x. So what will be the theta in terms of x in terms of theta? We have angle sum property of a triangle. That is, all three angles sum to 180 degree. So theta plus x is 180 degree. So this will be theta plus 2x equals 180 degree. So what is 2x? 2x will be 180 degree. 180 minus theta by, so x will be 180 minus theta by 2. So just divide it. 180 by 2 is 90. 90 minus theta by 2. So x is going to 90 minus theta by 2. This angle we have known. This is 90 minus theta by 2. That is angle TPQ or QPT is 90 minus theta by 2. Now the second concept. Second concept is when you draw a line from the center to the tangent, it is making a 90 degree. Or the tangent will make 90 degree with the radius. This radius and the tangent will be making an angle of 90 degree. This whole angle is 90 degree. Okay. This angle is x. This we have to find. And this whole angle is 90 degree. So we are writing angle TPO or OPT you can call it as. It is OPT. So angle TPO or OPT, they are same. This angle TPO or OPT equals X. Total is X. Angle is equal to X plus Y. X is angle TPQ and Y is what? Angle QPO. But this whole angle is 90 degree, as I just told you. So 90 is X plus Y. But X is already known to us, 90 minus theta by 2. So 90 equals 90 minus theta by 2 and this will be plus Y. Plus Y. It's not equals. 90 equals 90 minus theta by 2 plus Y. So what about pi? What about Y? Y equals 90 minus 90 plus theta by 2. This is going to be Y. 90 gets cancelled. Y equals theta by 2. So Y is theta by 2 and theta is what? Angle PTQ. Angle PTQ. So this angle PTQ is theta. Just write angle PTQ. So angle PTQ by 2 is Y. And what is Y? Y is angle OPQ. OPQ. Y is angle OPQ. Angle PTQ was theta. So this relation is theta equals 2Y. Theta equals 2Y. So angle PTQ equals twice OPQ equals angle PTQ by 2. So whichever way you write, it's one and the same thing. So this angle PTQ equals twice of angle OPQ, which is the question, which is what being asked for. Okay, now this is going higher. The length is increasing for this discussion. I'll take this question in the next discussion. Okay. Till then, thank you so much and take care of yourself.